Hi gentlemen, this is the third video of 4 videos on Miriam Wei Wei Lo's poem Home. This video focuses on an analysis of section 2. So section 2 is about this religious epiphany. There's this blinding light that comes without warning. Now in the Bible there's quite a lot of times where there's this blinding light. So in Acts 22:11 there's one, or the times when Paul sees Jesus, he only sees blinding light, or in Acts 9. In Acts 9, the Lord blinds Saul with light from heaven after Saul makes murderous threats towards God's disciples. God has a Christian baptize him and then he can see again. This Christian does not want to baptize him. He's saying, he's been saying all these awful things about your disciples and wanting to kill them. I don't want to do it. But God says, nope, you have to do it. And it's about this forgiveness of the Lord. And blinding light in the Bible is usually associated with revelations or epiphanies. So here we have this explosion of life, a word that is itself, a word to possess me. So it's like the word of the Bible is taking control here. An image so bright and complete that it can only be seen with eyes tight shut. So this revelation can only be seen when blinded to everything else. Can only be seen when she looks inside herself, as in prayer, as in sleep. These similes can only be seen when she's by herself, with herself, reflecting. Here though, we have this really pervasive image. Enter me like a knife, like a nail, hammering until it finds its reply. These similes are also biblical allusions to the crucifixion of Christ. She's embracing Christian religion, but this has an aspect of pain to it because it feels like her Eastern culture needs to be sacrificed in order to embrace this religion. So many similes in here, like a breath, like a strong kiss of a bridegroom, like death in all its finality. And this accumulation of similes really strengthens this idea of sacrifice, of having to give something up, having to give up a part of herself in order to embrace this religion. Someone is at work in me, translating this corrupt language of my body, the dark, bitter words of my heart into the pure language of that other place where every word is a radiant arrival that draws me across the threshold and claims me as its own. This someone is God. There are many references in the Bible to God being at work within people. Galatians 2:13 is one of those. We have some really interesting contrasts in this stanza, and it's showing this struggle that the poet is going through. We have the contrast of corrupt and pure language, and this contrast of dark, bitter words, and every word is a radiant arrival. It shows that God is having these healing effects on the negative parts of her, but it also shows the struggle that she is going through. And maybe it also shows that she's feeling a little bit powerless in this struggle. It claims me as its own. Like she doesn't have the ability to stop it. Like she's powerless in this. The words of the Bible claiming her is a metaphor for the power of Christianity in her life. It has taken her. It has taken control of her. So overall, this section of the poems, the second section, shows the conflict that the poet is facing in embracing her Christian religion and how she feels that she has to sacrifice part of her Eastern culture and heritage in order to embrace this religion, and the conflict that she feels, the internal conflict that she feels in doing that.